Hello, Guilty Feminists. This is Deborah. Today we have a very special episode which we recorded very recently in Cardiff in Wales. There were lots of messages from listeners saying, please come and do a show in Wales where we can talk about tactical voting and boots on the ground to keep reform out. And wow, what a night it was. Now, if you're listening internationally, you might think, well, this is not very relevant to me. But it really is, because the far right are on the rise all around the world. And the same things apply. So this is an episode that will rouse you, motivate you, excite you, entertain you. There's lots of gorgeous comedy. There are stunning singers. And there's deep dive political discussion with political candidates and the incredible Carol Vorderman talking about tactical voting and the tricks that the far right use. I really do think you're going to get a lot out of this episode. It's extremely motivating. Our next very special show is a big one. It's at the Leicester Square Theatre in London. It's on the 30th of April, and it is a collab with the Nerve News. The Nerve News are doing really exceptional journalism. It's a brilliant group of women who left The Guardian and The Observer and set up their own operation. The guest co-host is the wonderful and very funny Ria Lena. There'll be comedy from her. We will also have live music. And the guests are from the Nerve News, the amazing Carol Cadwalladr, who is widely thought to be one of the best journalists in the country, who has written widely and deeply on the Epstein files, and the wonderful Lucia Osborne-Crowley, who was one of the only journalists allowed into the Ghislaine Maxwell trial, and she's written a brilliant book about it. We're going to be looking at what the environment was that led up to the ability for Epstein and his cabal to do what they did, but also what are we going to do from here? This will not be a night where we're going to go into graphic details. We know we've seen those graphic details and we don't want to put you in that position live in a theatre, but this will be a situation where we're talking about justice and circumstance and environment and societal factors. It will be an opportunity for you to ask live questions of Carol and Lucia, who really, really know what they're talking about. So if you feel like, hold on a minute, we've really moved on very quickly from this, and it's a huge deal, it's really emboldened the Epstein class, then this is a show you really won't want to miss. We also have a brilliant show coming up on the 14th of May back at the Museum of Comedy with the Global Human Rights Group, talking about how the environment for women and girls globally has changed since the Trump administration and what we can do about it. And on the 22nd of May with the journalist Alice McCool, talking about how far-right Christian nationalists are trying to get into our NHS and our reproductive rights. All these are live podcast recordings, and you will be able to see them afterwards on YouTube or listen to them wherever you get your podcasts. But if you'd like a ticket for the live show, and we really hope you would, go to guiltyfeminist.com and click on live shows. And my book, 6 Conversations We're Scared to Have, about why we're in the global position we are and what we can do about it, is out now in paperback, so you can afford it. Go grab one. Now, on with the podcast. I'm a feminist, but... Hello, Cardiff! And I'm a feminist, but one time I was looking for a new headshot for my website, and I said to my husband, does this picture of me look a bit Dove campaign for real beauty? And he said, no, darling, you look lovely. And I thought, well, that campaign's failed. I don't want real beauty. I want Billboard, Jennifer Aniston, L'Oreal commercial beauty. Is that so wrong? Yes, obviously. Shut up.
I'm a feminist, but... You will want to retract those cheers in just a second. A friend of mine, a female friend of mine, was recently talking about wanting to take weight loss jabs, and I encouraged her because I want to buy her pre-weight loss wardrobe on Vinted.
Yeah.
And it was the quickest way I could think to do it.
Kiri Pritchard-McLean, I think you've misunderstood the tone of this bit. Absolutely missed the turn off there. Need to find a services and do a U-turn.
I'm a feminist, but... Every time my mum talks about ChatGPT like it's a close personal friend, I think to myself, maybe no vote for you.
Oh my God.
Votes for everyone except you.
I am a feminist, but earlier this year I was being interviewed by a national newspaper and I was in a full-on raging anti-reform rant. And then I let slip that I quite like being called a MILF.
Are we ready to start the show? Then please give it up for Kiri Pritchard-McLean, Priya Hall and Vorderman. Three incredible women you will be seeing a lot more of tonight. I'm Deborah Frances-White and this is the Guilty Feminist. Just give us a cheer if you listen to the Guilty Feminist. Just give us a cheer if you've been to a live show before. Just give us a cheer if you don't know what you're at. Yes, lots of people. Has someone brought you along? Give us a cheer if someone's brought you along. Give us a cheer if you were just so worried about the election and you saw the word election, you went, we've got to go to that. Just give us a cheer if you heard Carol Vorderman was coming to town, you went, we've got to have a look. Excellent, wonderful, great news. All of you are incredibly welcome. We are here to do a Welsh election emergency special under our Road to Gilead project. So the Road to Gilead, you get the idea. I think it's what we're on. You can see what's happening in America with Christian nationalism and far-right policies taking over. They're literally talking about taking the vote away from women now in America, and not the way Priya Hall was, jokingly, like actually. And we have seen exposés about how reform is very much in bed with MAGA and the ADF that overturned Roe versus Wade. And we're worried about it. And I just thought, fuck it, we've got the Guilty Feminist, let's do something about it. And so this is what we're doing. We're doing a series of shows right now before this May election, but all the way up till the next election and potentially beyond. Because we're really worried about our country being taken over by the far right. And we believe quite strongly we don't need to let that happen. And we believe very strongly it doesn't have to happen. If we get boots on the ground, if we work to change it, it won't happen because we won't let it happen. And we're already seeing reform combusting a little bit. Did you see that there's a new party now that's peeled off called Restore? I was thinking maybe I could start like another far-right party called Refresh, and then one called Renege, and one called Recunt. And then they'd be in the booth going, I don't know which one of these is my far-right. I've got confused. Just an idea. But we'll have lots of ideas tonight. We're going to have a brilliant show for you. I normally do a monologue at the top, but I thought I really want to hand this over to Welsh Voices because, you know, the Senedd is not mine, it's yours. So we've got a lot of brilliant Welsh people here tonight. We're going to see some stand-up comedy. We're going to hear some incredible music. And we are, in the second half, going to have a Q&A with you. So in the interval, you're going to be able to post questions on some kind of QR code or app that will magically be made available to you. So if you have any questions for Carol, who's an expert on tactical voting and a big political voice, or if you have any questions for Sioned Williams, who's our Plaid candidate who's here tonight, or Tessa Marshall, who's our Green candidate here tonight, then get those ready and get ready to send them in because the second half is over to you. And we will shout you out. If one of your questions gets read out, we'll say, Bronwyn, where are you? So you can shout out and have your moment, but we'll read it out just for time to keep it speeding through so we can answer as many questions as possible. But first, are you ready for some stand-up comedy? Are you feeling ready to win this election? Are you feeling keen to keep the far right out of Wales? Are you feeling excited? Are you feeling excited to tell Reform UK to fuck the fuck off? Then please welcome to the stage the incredible Kiri Pritchard-McLean.
Hi guys, Noswatha. Are we well? Are we happy? Good, I'm glad. It is fucking scary times, isn't it? I messaged Deborah because I saw the amazing shows that she was doing in London and how it was galvanising people. to feel hopeful that maybe that we can make a difference, maybe we can do grassroots stuff. And I said, oh, it's great what you're doing. And she said, would you consider doing one in Wales? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. And she was like, who's the most famous Welsh person you know? And that's why we have the real Queen of Wales, Carol Vorderman, on the stage. So I'm really excited to chat to you guys, and because it's this weird feeling, you're probably the same, right, where you mix between being like, no, we can do this, and then absolute despair when you see how much money and vitriol is behind those systems. The system seems rigged. But the reason I have hope is because I'm from Ynysmore, the island at the top of... Yes! Surely you've not got a fucking coach down. Surely you've not spent 14 hours on the Traws Cymru and only paid £2 for it, fair fucks. Well, croeso pawb. So yeah, the island of Anglesey at the top of Wales, that's where I'm from. And for a long time, we had a Tory called Virginia Crosby. Now, the reason why you should know about Virginia Crosby is two things. Number one, she was the second highest donations to the Tory party. They really wanted to keep her in that seat. And number two, she is one of the Tories that had a party during lockdown. Yeah, she was one of those. Oh, God, it drove me so mad. Because when they called her out and said, didn't you have a birthday party that you celebrated during lockdown in Parliament? She said, well, I'd like to make two things clear there. She said, yes, I did have a birthday party, but I didn't invite anyone. I don't think that's anything to brag about, is it? I've got no morals, but don't worry, I've got no fucking mates either. That's not... Take it to your grave, Virginia. But there was loads of money being sunk into my constituency, and I was there'll be a lot of people who are probably my age, sort of geriatric millennials, who are used to being absolutely disappointed by every fucking election or vote that goes their way. And I was so scared that she was going to get it again, and I already felt defeated. And then that isn't what happened. Yeah, the Plaid people knocked on... Fair fucks. They knocked on 20,000 doors, and our constituency only has 60,000 people there. They did it all. They knocked on every fucking door. The rest are holiday homes. We won't get into that, right? They knocked on our doors, they showed up, and we now have a fantastic... Llynnos is absolutely amazing, right? I'm very lucky that... Yeah, she's amazing. And don't worry, I'm not... This sounds like a party political broadcast, but the reason I'm telling you, she wasn't really on my radar, but I'm also a local authority foster carer. And we were doing a sort of like... a celebration event. You know, one of those events where there's a small glass of warm wine and some hard sandwiches. Very sort of council, well done. And she turned up. She was the head of the council, and she turned up to shake hands, have a picture with everyone, and personally thank all those foster carers for showing up for the children in our community. Who didn't do that? Our fucking MP. And she turned up and she showed up for our community, and it's that stuff that makes a difference. And that's what you're doing by being here tonight. It means you've got hope and you're showing up for your community. So give yourselves a massive round of applause straight away. Have you forgiven me for my weight loss jab joke? I'm hoping I got it back by dropping Vinted. I think this is a room that understands the joys of Vinted, surely. Yeah, I can sense it. Oh my God. If you're not familiar with Vinted, men... It's like CEX for leopard print. That's what it is. It's just one pair of an M&S barrel leg jeans being passed backwards and forwards in sort of a bartering system exclusively between women. I genuinely love it. It's amazing for me, as I said, because they're all on the jabs now, and I'm hoovering up their fucking wardrobes. I've never known anything like it. It's so good. My wardrobe's incredible now. What I love as well is, like, you do you, whatever you decide to do with your body, right? But I love that the women who are selling their clothes because they've been on the jabs, they can't not mention. They can't. They'll be like, beautiful dress, never worn, because I've lost too much weight now. And it just hangs on me like a parachute caught in a beautiful tree. And I'll offer a £5 for it because I know she's hungry and she'll just fucking take it. This will all be cut out. Do you know what? I'm going to try and gauge what kind of people we have in the room here. This is one of my gauge of people. So, You know that the clocks changed recently, didn't they? Give us a cheer if you are the kind of person like me, and you're a closet chaos merchant, and you do not, when the clocks change the clock in your car. Yes, because you're a busy bitch. And you've got time to fuck around with that little button on the dashboard. There's things to do. We've got a reform party to fucking beat. We've got time to do that. You will know then, some of you, oh God, okay, well, let's find out give us a cheer if you are the other side and you're an absolute fucking nerd. Pathetic. You will never know the joy of when 6 months later it comes off, fuck. It comes back again. Are you kidding me? Oh. Do you know why I think it hits differently as well? As like, I'm not old by any stretch, but I'm 40 at the end of this year. Best case scenario, halfway through. So I just got to get time back where I can. I really appreciate something that saves time. Not changing the clock in my car is one of them. Here's a great one. This was an accidental one for me. One of the things that massively saved me time is I don't acknowledge my friends' husbands at all. Just at all. And what I certainly didn't do is when they got married, change their name to their married name in my phone. No way. Well, let me tell you, I'm 39, they're all getting divorced now. That's my fucking time back, isn't it? You're lovely. We're going to have a really special, exciting, funny, galvanising night tonight. It's going to be amazing. Please welcome back to the stage, Deborah Frances-White.
Kiri Pritchard-McLean, everybody! That's all right. Stuart, do you have Kiri's clipboard, or could somebody fetch it, please?
It's on the small table. I should have brought it on, but I felt like maybe a bit of a, like a holiday rep if I came on with it.
Yeah, well, we're sort of in our era now where what we do is we hire men to do things for us. And we basically hire patriarchy to go and get things. I know full well as you do, that Kiri did that on purpose. And it was
an absolute power play, that.
It was an absolute power play, and Stuart enjoyed it. Absolutely. Just give us a cheer if you're from Cardiff. Just give us a cheer if you've come from outside Cardiff. Who thinks they've come the furthest? Who's come
from higher than Brecon?
Higher than Brecon.
That's how we do it by national parks. Anyone nudging into Rory? No. Oh, really?
Yes.
Where have you come from in the middle? Dolgellau. Oh, my God. Do you know I love Dolgellau? Great place. My ex-boyfriend's mum said it was her favourite place she ever went on holiday. Do you know what she said to me? She went, oh, God, best holiday I ever had. 2 weeks in Donegaloo. Donegaloo!
I don't know why that's funny, but I kind of do. Like, I sense why that's funny. Just inflection. Isn't it interesting? Cultural differences, but they transcend. Has anyone come as far as Kiri?
Really?
Yes? Do you know where Kiri's from? That's a bit concerning.
They will do.
Did you follow her? Where are you from?
I'm on a morning. Are you from up there? Really? Should have got a fucking lift. Whereabouts? Llangreisiolio is fucking great accent, isn't it?
Kiri has done so much to put the show together, and she's driving back 5 hours tonight to be back for an appointment tomorrow.
Yes. Do you want it?
She has been an absolute star.
Can I tell you this? If you didn't think I was worthy enough, the reason I'm going back early is because I'm doing some free promotion for a local vegan cafe in North Wales. What a cunt, God. And I left as late as I could because I was with my foster child earlier. So there we go, fucking hell. What an outrageous twat I am.
No. If she has to pop out at the interval to save a rainforest. But I just wanted to say that. I also wanted to say, is Claire Gibson in the house? Give us a cheer. Claire did all the PR for free, and she contacted me and said, we really need something in Wales. I said, Kiri, I said, Kiri, we need to do something in Wales. Kiri said, we've tried all the theatres. This was the one that was free and really willing and excited to have us. Then loads of people said, this isn't North Wales. We said, we know. But we're so glad for everyone who travelled to it, because we know Wales is a large place and we really appreciate you coming. We really, really do. Because we need boots on the ground all over Wales to win this, and we must win it. So thank you for coming. This is also going to be a podcast, so if you do a laugh, you will hear it later when you listen. And that podcast you can share with everyone. So even people who couldn't come tonight, you can send them this podcast when it comes out and get everybody listening. But now we must move on, because I am thrilled to announce our guest, an icon of British television, a journalist, a campaigner, a broadcaster, a really increasingly important political voice, as well as using her incredible mathematical skills to understand and teach us how to understand tactical voting. She is also someone who, I've never had a guest like this before on a show. Normally you booked a guest, they say, yeah, I'll come along. She keeps messaging me, how are we doing for ticket sales? Send me a video so I can share. Collabs don't do as well on the numbers. She's very good on numbers. I mean, I can't give it, but she cares. She really cares about this. She wants to do this, not because it's an appearance on a stage, not because it sort of looks good. She cares about how many people were in tonight. A lot of you are probably here because of her. So please, and I just say that with all sincerity of how many people have put this show together tonight, thank you so much to everyone who's put it together and come. And now, I have to just say, I'm so excited about this because I've always wanted to do a show with her. Put your hands together and make incredible woohooing noises. Break laws if necessary for Carol Vorderman!
I am so looking forward to this. Oh my God, am I allowed to swear?
No. This is a clean show, Carol. Please don't lower the tone.
Okay. No, we broadcast this on the internet, and the internet's never heard swearing. So
it's lovely to be here. Thank you so much for coming along tonight. It's very, very, very important what happens on May the 7th. Very important for our beautiful country, I have to say.
Well, yeah, our beautiful country.
Yeah.
Because you're from North Wales, like me.
I am. I'm a gawk. So I just want to tell the tale, really. So I was born in 1960, so I'm 65 now. And I have lived through, obviously, many, many governments and seen how the UK has changed in that time. And that is why I am so riled up about the far right trying to take away all the good fucking things that have been fought for decades. And that's why I do it. I don't have to do it, don't need to do it, but I am so furious that they are getting away with what they're getting away with. So just say, right, 1960, Mr. Vorderman, my father, was an immigrant, funnily enough. He was Dutch. He'd fought in the Dutch resistance. He came over after the war. They got divorced when I was separated when I was 2 weeks old, and my mum went back home to Prestatyn in North Wales.
Yes,
where,
lovely charity shops.
Where she had 3 young children to bring up by herself. And that was in the days, in the 60s, when there were no laws to force a father to pay maintenance. And I say this because it's important that we understand how far we've come, because if Reform get in anywhere, and they only want to win in Wales because they want to show off and eventually get the UK government position in Westminster. They don't give a damn about Cymru. No. Not at all. But those were the days. That's what people have fought for very hard, politicians and women alike. And now, obviously, as we know, that men have to pay maintenance. Then I went to a little Catholic school in Rhyl, Mared, and we were all dirt poor. I grew up in abject poverty. And then my mum married another immigrant. My stepfather, Mr. Rizzi, who had been on the other side in Second World War. He was one of the Italian prisoners of war who came over to Wales, which many of you will know, like the Sidolis and all the rest of them, and then stayed. So he was first language Italian, second language Cymraeg, third language Saesneg, favourite language swearing. And I loved him. And I then moved to Dinbych. and to Denby, and still carried on going to school. So I was a free school meals kid all my life, in a comp, and my maths teacher, who's now in the 70s, was a Welsh nationalist, Mr. Palmer Parry, and I adored him. He was the best maths teacher ever in the world. And he used to go out, this was in the time before there was the Welsh language on road signs, and Mr. Parry used to go out with his wife at night and spray out the road signs in green paint. And then he'd come into school and he'd go, all right, 2 + 2 and calculus and all of that. And then occasionally Mr. Parry would have to have a day off because he'd be up in front of the magistrates. But I talk about it because it's important. Back then, there were no Welsh language schools. Now, what an uprising of language we have. It's fantastic. And it's thanks to those people who cared, thanks to those people who could have lost their jobs because of what they were doing. And we have to remember that that is where we sit. We sit and stand on the shoulders of those giants. And we must not let it go back because of some posh twats in England who want to take this country backwards. That is what I think.
Carol.
And now I want to give you the evidence.
Yes.
She's got receipts.
Tell us about reform. Tell us.
Yes. Well, I want to talk about what is reform. Most political parties are non-profit and, we know how they run. They have memberships and memberships have different rules and regulations and so on. Not reform. Reform is a corrupted and sinister, and I say sinister in capital letters, and you will see by the end of this why I say sinister, divisive, we know that, political party, with the majority of their key members being Tories. They are Tories 2.0, who just want to carry on having a job, basically, and keeping the power to carry on doing what Tories do. But reform is far, far more sinister than the Tories ever were, and I will prove it to you. So I want to start, if I may, with a little video of Nigel Farage. Now, I call him Farage.
Why do you call him Farage, Carol?
Because it winds the far right up. I've been on shows, when I'm going, Nigel Farage, and then there'll be some right-winger, the Jeremy Vine going, Farage. I go, did you say sausage? Nigel Farage, anything to wind him up. They're such snowflakes, honestly, they really are. Anyway, this is just a little intro to what Nigel Farage really thinks about the Senedd and what he really thinks about Wales.
And our simple proposal for this campaign is we want to get rid of those 60 Assembly members, believing them to be a totally unnecessary extra layer of politicians.
Reform are not your friends. So, obviously, he didn't believe in the Senedd to start with.
But he's very interested in it now, though, isn't he, Carol?
It's funnily enough.
He wants to win it, but he doesn't even think it should exist. Or at least historically, he has not thought it should exist. It's fascinating.
He's just awful, isn't he? Let's be honest. He really, really is awful. And he's surrounded by even more awful people, if such a thing was possible. The far right win when there is hopelessness, when people feel as though the system is not working for them. And the system of democracy that we have in the UK is dire. We've just had the Tories 14 years, and over, 3 years, how many prime ministers did we have? Five prime ministers?
28,
something.
I think.
I lose track now. Way too many.
Some of them didn't last, well, we were saying in the dressing room, but that Liz Truss didn't last as long as one of my menstrual cycles. Like, it's just so shocking. So shocking. It's it's just, and now she's Trump's best friend, although she thinks she is. She's not really.
God, honestly, make it stop.
That's what we're trying to
I live in
do.
Bristol now, by the way, and I've lived in Bristol for many years, and Led by Donkeys. Does anyone follow Led by Donkeys? They're amazing, aren't they? And the boys are based in Bristol. So I know the man. Did you see when she was on stage and they let down the slide thing with the lettuce? Oh, yeah. I know the man who did that. That really is a claim to fame.
And he's here tonight.
But you realise he's at a dinner party somewhere going, I know Carol Vorderman, you know.
He is.
We have secretive meetings, not so secretive now, but we do. I absolutely adore them. But Bristol, as we know, is very much up the Republic. We know this, don't we? I have a Green MP, by the way, Carla Denyer. So, yeah.
My MP is Keir Starmer.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he your MP? Okay, that was greeted with silence.
Yeah. Well, it did make a face.
I want to tell you a little bit about people who you may not have seen who are associated very strongly with reform. Right, the fraudster, who is Farage's right-hand man, can you see him on the right-hand side, the young lad there? His name is George Cottrell. Have you ever heard of him? No, not really. Some people have. Well, they say that he's never more than 5 yards from Nigel. Farage calls him...
Oh, he's
like a...
more than 5 yards away. It made me think of, like, a rat in London.
Yeah. Yes. Probably. Nigel Farage says about little George that he's like a son to me. And so George Cottrell is very important to Farage. He's young, and lo and behold, he went to jail for fraud in America a number of years ago, and spent 8 months in jail over there. And he is obviously private school from an exceptionally wealthy family, has dealings in Montenegro, and bragged to Tatler magazine that he'd placed a poker bet for $53 million and lost. That's the kind of people who really care about what someone in Merthyr is doing. They really do care, they really do. That's what they're trying to convince you of. Oh, yes, do you remember him? James McMurdoch. So he was elected into a constituency in the southeast of England in the 2024 election. He was one of the 5 Reform MPs who was elected. And then it was discovered by investigative journalists that he'd actually, previously, when he was 19 years old, been sent to jail for kicking in the head of his girlfriend who was on the floor at the time. He was arrested and convicted and spent time for doing that. He kicked her 4 times, and he said...
He had a great defence, though, didn't he, Carol?
He said it was a teenage indiscretion.
We've all done it, haven't we?
How many people do you know have done that? Literally. These are the people who reform is. Not what the Daily Mail is telling you they are. So let's have another little look here. Richard Tice. I could do half an hour on him. Oh, my Lord. Him and his girlfriend, Isabel Oakeshott. Good grief. That's the one who had to flee to Dubai because Labour had put 20% tax on private school fees, and she couldn't cope, so she went to the zero tax haven of Dubai to live in.
How many kids has she got?
Yeah, I don't know. Thousands. And he now splits his time between Skegness and Dubai.
I don't imagine that's a 50-50 split, is it?
Oh, dear. Yeah. If you believe that, honestly. Anyway, so Richard Tice, a few weeks ago, if you read the Sunday Times, a brilliant journalist, Gabriel Pogrund, found that Tice, through a very complex and deliberate tax structure with a lot of the companies being offshore, had avoided, which is not illegal, paying £600,000 in tax. He's the deputy leader of the Reform Party. And then today they've discovered that this particular company, which had paid him all these dividends through the complex tax structure, has now, we've got another slide with that. This is today's headline, that they had failed to pay £120,000 in tax and broken the law by failing to do that.
So this isn't even avoiding it, this is also not paying the very little that they were due to pay anyway.
Correct, this was the company. So this is where we're at. Okay, who else have we got here? Oh.
This is the single most resilient and bravest person I have ever met in my life.
Wu-Tang nigga, crash your crew, laugh at you, you bastard, you have to slap an ass or two, heavy wood.
Now, Carol, he says he's the single most resilient and bravest person that he's ever met. You regularly host the Pride of Britain Awards. Is Donald Trump likely to get one anytime soon?
Well, he's going to get a Pride of Peace award, I think.
From FIFA, that's good of them.
FIFA, yeah, oh my goodness. Farage has been over to America more times than he's been to Clacton. Fact. Since he became an MP. And he does follow this Trump playbook. So if Trump says it on a Monday, he says it on a Tuesday. You know, this whole thing about ICE, we're going to have ICE over here arresting people who aren't white, basically. What he also says, everything's fake news. You know, you see it in some of the clips that I'll play. He just attacks journalists all the time because he doesn't have an answer. The man will lie, 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 and lie again. He lies as easily as he breathes, just like Trump. And I'm saying all of this because I want you to, when you leave this theatre, to tell other people so that they do not vote for anything to do with reform in Wales.
I think that's a great point because there are people in my life that are sympathetic to reform, but
Why?
very anti... Well, they're thick as shit, Carol, that's why. But I looked at the list that Reform had put up in my super constituency now, and number 6 on the Reform list is actually, well, a number, let's keep it vague, is a guy that I used to work with, and I saw him once eat a bar of soap recreationally. Like, these are not sharp minds. He's thick as fuck.
But also, there are people who what you said before, Carol, was really important. That the far right play on hopelessness.
Yeah.
So if people have felt disenfranchised, left behind by the political system, think there's 2 parties and neither of them have ever done anything for me, I've been left out. There will be people in your family, there'll be people in your wider network, on your WhatsApp groups, who are like, well, surely this is at least a big red button I can push to say, I want something else. And I feel like that is a valid response to feeling very, very, very disenfranchised. So if there are people in your life who are thinking, well, maybe, you know, Nigel Farage says he does care about us, he says it's going to be different.
And he's anti-establishment, right?
And he's
He presents
anti-establishment.
himself as that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's like, I just like a pint down the pub like the next guy. I'm just normal, just like you. I'm just friends with Donald Trump, who has a golden loo, just like you. Just totally normal guy. I just get donations from offshore billionaires, a lot of them foreigners, for millions and millions, just like you. He is presenting something to some people who felt left out. So these are really interesting things to show them. Is it okay, Carol, if they see a slide they like, they could take a picture of that slide, just so that later you can Google that up and then send it to somebody and say, this is what worries me. I think if you just send in a whole heap of stuff like they're really shit to someone who likes them, it's not going to work. But if you say, does this worry you? Because I looked at this and I wasn't sure about this guy. He seems like not on our side. It can help with a family member who might be,
Trump is a weak point because lots of people I know, my mother's very pro-reform, pro-Farage, always has been, hates Trump. And if I can keep pointing out that they are working together, that he looks up to him, that copies him, then I'm hoping the penny will drop. But just to make it clear that the guy on the list that I know is still thick as fuck, I just want to just...
I don't forget Nadine Zahawi. Do you remember he was the Tory Chancellor who, while Chancellor, was arguing with HMRC about a £5 million tax bill that he hadn't paid while he was in charge of the tax service. and then said it was a smear campaign against him. And then when it was found that all of this had actually happened, because Dan Needle, the tax lawyer who you'll see quoted in various things, he and I worked quite closely in getting the story out. I lost another job because of that, but anyway. Sacked so many times. On this one.
Well, we love that.
Because I'm a gobshite from Goglev.
But you should,
Take that
like,
quickly.
there shouldn't be a price to integrity. And,
Well, no. Well, sadly, there is. But anyway, so Nadeem Zahawi, guess which party he's in now? Yes, you guessed it. Reform. Yet another dodgy booker. Right, so they lie, they lie, they lie, they lie, they lie again. So when you're talking about hopelessness, he's going to say, you're paying too much tax. We're paying too much tax. We're going to cut tax. And that's what you'll see on reform leaflets. We're on all the council leaflets that went out last year. So let's have a little look. Do they cut tax?
First point, never once did I say we cut council tax. Never once. Never once.
You've got to cut taxes.
Cut taxes.
Lower taxes.
We will cut taxes. We can do better for council taxpayers.
Several of them said that.
Not
to it.
true.
Trail.
No, it's not true.
Warwickshire Reform Party leaflet said, we will cut your taxes. The Worcestershire Party leaflet said, we will reduce waste and cut your taxes. That sounds like promises to cut taxes to me.
We will cut taxes. We will cut taxes.
They all wanted to cut council tax. Lots of them are happy to increase.
Not true, not true, not true, not true.
At the local level, which is where indeed local elections take place, the leaflet said, we will cut your taxes.
When I say something, I keep my word.
Urban myth.
mad.
It's just like Trump.
Yeah.
I never said that. I never said that. I never said that. I can't do Trump. Can you do Trump? I can't do it. A Trump impression. Can you do it?
Go on, Deborah. Go on, have a...
Oh, me? I can't talk about
I can't do it. I
But
wish
yes,
I
he
could.
does that. He's like he's playing an
Yeah,
invisible accordion
yeah.
all the time. And then
he really is.
Shady Vance
Yeah,
is
I
there,
never
like
said
the
that.
monkey
Then he-
dancing to the
Then
monkey.
he says the opposite, yeah. So, and Farage is exactly the same. By the way, Reform are not your friends. Does anyone follow them on
Oh, it's
Insta?
great.
They're brilliant, aren't they? They are fantastic. I won't tell you who they are, but they are amazing.
Carol, do you know who the Stig
unpaid,
is?
And independent. Huh?
Do you know who the Stig is? You seem to know who everyone else is.
I can't reveal my source.
Are they in tonight? They were cheering us on Instagram. Is anyone in from Reform Are Not Your Friends? Give us a cheer.
They
No,
can't.
but they can't because they're anonymous. But I bet they are
They
here.
don't make themselves, they're like the Banksy of politics. That's who they are. They're brilliant. If you don't follow them, please do, because they'll come up with, oh my goodness, everything. Absolutely everything. They're on Facebook as well. Anyway, let us continue. What have we got here? Oh yeah, do you remember this? Did you see this? They held a competition. This is last week. They said, and all you have to do, this is a way of collecting data, by the way. They say, enter this competition, give us all your name and your address and your details, and we're going to pay your energy bills for a whole year. Nigel's going to pay it for your whole street as well. And lo and behold, surprise, surprise, little Bobby Jenprick and Nigel went to this house in Wigan. Oh my God, what a shock it was to find out that he'd known them for years and they're staunch members of the Reform Party. So now, the police are reviewing the whole competition. This is tiny stuff that they lie about, but it is literally everything. Yes, as we know, do you remember the days before the last election where we were shouting at Tories for having more than one job? Do you remember that? It seems to have faded from memory now, faded from the Daily Mail, faded from the Daily Express. This man is never in Parliament. Just like when he was a member of the European Parliament, out of a list of 780, he was like 741st in terms of turning up. And he's going to get a £75,000 pension from the European Parliament, even though he hates them. Yeah, that's the kind of man that we're talking about. He's an absolute disgrace. Clacton. I don't know if he knows he's the Member of Parliament for Clacton. He's never there.
No, not at all.
He has not held a surgery to speak to any of his voters in Clacton since the election. Nothing. Literally not been there. And when he was challenged about it, he said, well, the Speaker said, I couldn't hold it because of my security. I needed security, and the Speaker of the House advised me that I shouldn't hold a surgery because of that.
Not to go to his constituency because of his
Because of security.
Wow. We had Zach Polanski on the show recently, and he said, I went to Clacton to meet people and just see what were their concerns. And I thought, well, it's nice that they had a visit from one party leader.
Exactly. Because then, after he said this about security, a journalist obviously went and asked the Speaker of the House, did you tell him that? And they went, no. No, I didn't. You see, it's just lie after lie after lie after lie. So, but they do convince people to vote for them.
Because the lie catches the headlines, but the debunking of it doesn't always. Because we've got, a lot of our papers are owned by people with a vested interest in people like Nigel Farage having power. So it's really unfortunate that he can kind of push out what he likes into the ether.
Yes, well, he has 2 television stations, GB News and the BBC. Did you see the other week? Oh my God, I was fuming. Question Time, and I'm just like a geezer. Thomas Skinner was on. Did you see him? Does anyone watch Question Time? No. Oh, this it was in Clacton. I'm just a geezer. I'm like, I get up, I try, I work hard for my kids, and that's what. And they're all cheering because he's a normal guy. And then Fiona Bruce said to him, you're amazing. And which leader would you support? In the next election. He said, well, I think Nigel Farage is all right. I think he's a good man. He's this, that, and the other. This is Question Time. That guy, Thomas Skinner, has been a staunch member of Reform for a very long time. He was also convicted a number of years ago, there's always some conviction somewhere down the line, of handling £40,000 worth of stolen goods, including a lot of pharmaceuticals. So they knew that. They knew he was a member of Reform. There are photographs in the newspaper of him hugging Nigel Farage. And yet she said that.
I don't know why
I
don't know why the BBC want to support him, because he would dismantle the BBC.
Yeah, he's desperate to get rid of it.
Well,
how are they funded? Can you talk us through some of that?
Well, they're funded, but the people who vote, and these are your nines, the Mamgees of this world, people like me, oldies, 65 plus. This is how it went after Brexit. It sort of stays the same, similar sort of pattern. Youngsters vote Green, generally. This obviously is the Remain and the Leave. You can see that it was the oldies who voted Leave. And this is something that I really, really want to talk to you, and I'll come back to it. I'm sorry, I can take forever. I must apologise. You have to get out and vote. When we had this vote for Leave or Remain, the referendum, 72%, it was a high turnout, voted. The Leave vote, we left the European Union, everything that's bloody followed since then, right? The drop in the GDP, it's just a disaster. And it won by 1.25 million votes. 12.5 million people didn't vote. And it's the same, you see, over in America. 77 million voted for Trump. 75 million voted for Kamala Harris. 90 million people did not vote, and we're all suffering because of it. And that is the key thing that I want you to take away tonight, is that not just you will all vote because you're politically aware, but you have to persuade everyone in your household to vote, except if they're going to vote Reform. If it's your 9, we say 9 up in the north. If it's your 9 and she says, oh, yes, you say, I'll give you lift 9. I can't pick you up until 7 o'clock, then you don't go, basically.
And that's official tactical
Wow.
voting
Yeah,
advice
official.
from Carol Vorderman.
Carol
there.
Vorderman's a feminist, but
Leave your 9 at home.
she would leave her gran waiting by the gate till midnight if it meant a vote lost for reform. You heard it here first.
But
If you are in fact a Daily Mail journalist, she's just given you a headline.
I definitely would. Anyway, my mum was a Lib Dem, so that's different. But I love the Lib Dems. The reform is a classic case of reverse Robin Hood. They want to rob the poor and give to the super rich. And I'm going to prove that to you. So this is something he would do. He says he'd leave the European Convention on Human Rights. We all know what that stands for. It was put into place after the Second World War to protect us against fascism. They would do that. There's another Tory. Suella Braverman, she would repeal the Equality Act, so stuff you girls. All of your wages are going to go down compared to men. Everything that women have fought for since I was born and beforehand, all of that is going to be repealed. All your gay friends, she doesn't like them. Okay? So these are the very serious issues. They don't care about Wales. They can't repeal it in Wales. But what they want from Wales is this sort of, yes, we are leading, but they aren't. We'll come on to that. So, are they the Tories? Well, let's have a look. There we have Braverman, Danny Kruger, horrible man, Lee Anderson, who was Labour, then he was Tory and now he's Reform. Bless him, he can't make his mind up. Farage, who was Tory, Richard Tice was Tory donor, Sarah Poachin was a Tory MP, I think that's Rossendale, Tory MP, and Robert Jemprick, obviously, we know as Tory. They are Tories, you have to get that message out too, but they are the very worst of them, they are.
I think it's another really great talking point with people who might be considering voting reform because they want a change, to then make it clear that they are voting for the Conservatives again.
Well, they are. And in Wales, of their first and second candidates, I'm sure you'll be talking later to the Plaid and Green candidates. First and second candidates, obviously, the ones most likely to get through on the percentage vote. 2/3 of them in Wales are Tories. You're voting Tory, you know? It's ridiculous. But the papers and the media need to say so. Right, where are we? Oh, right, here's another man of the people, because they all sell themselves, don't they? They're none of the people. This is their treasurer, who, by the way, was involved in the Partygate party with sexist Sean Bailey, who was the mayoral candidate for London, where the girl was dancing in the red skirt, I think she had, and all of that. Nick Candy was at that party. He was a Tory donor at that point. Now he's a treasurer and donor for Reform. He's a man of the people. He's the one married to Holly Valance. And he was a supporter of Liz Truss.
Holly Valance has really let herself down there. She could have had a lovely little career doing the gay clubs forever, doing Kiss Kiss, and she's fucked it.
And he's just sold up. 270 million quid. Yes, he really cares what's going on in Aberfale, as we know. Where do they get their money from? This guy is called Ben Dello. He lives in Hong Kong, involved in a crypto firm, and was then charged with money laundering in America. Eventually had to pay, I believe, but with reports, $100 million fine, or the company did. And he's saying he's going to come back to Britain to give more than $4 million to Reform.
Because now they've made that law that you can't just have billionaires offshore giving money for good reason. Have you ever given anyone 4 million quid and wanted nothing in return? Because I haven't. If I was living in Hong Kong and I gave a political party and said, here's 4 million quid, become leader, I would want some policy delivered to my door in Hong Kong. And that's what they're doing. They're buying policy, but not for people who live here, who have ordinary lives and ordinary bills to pay. They're buying policy for people who don't even live here, who are richer than God. It's so disgraceful. And he's like, this man is so patriotic. He said, I'll even come back and step foot in the United Kingdom if it means I can buy the government. Fuck off back to Hong Kong, mate. Fuck off back to your tax havens.
Well, this is the only time it's okay to tell someone to fuck off back to another country. We're a nation of sanctuary, actually, Deborah.
I'm just saying, go back to where you've come from. I'm just saying.
What a sleeper agent you've been all these years. Deborah, send them back, Frances-White.
Listen, I say refugees welcome, but tax haven cunts stay where you are.
Yes. Preach.
Yes. A lot of journalists are calling reform the money launderer's dream for good reason. Crypto billionaires, tax-avoiding media organisations. The wife of the owner of the Daily Mail, Viscount Rothermere, who also cares about what's going on in the valleys, obviously not.
Carol, our wonderful tour manager Stuart, sorry to interrupt, has told me we've got 4 minutes to get through the rest of the slides.
Well,
Can we do a speed round?
That she's given.
You should have done all your racist shit. We'd have got through it all.
Right, so there are no. Oh, this is the article I was telling you about.
MILF. They were right.
Nigel Farage is a liar and a grifter. I was quite proud of
But I'm embracing my MILF era. Yeah, I love that article.
I wanted to come, but I heard that half the guests were Welsh, and I don't know. Who knows what would have happened with all those foreign speakers there? I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah. And he said, I think you can tell me, Kiri, he said he would repeal a lot of the Welsh language?
Yes, so one of the, we have the target of 1 million speakers. Reform wanted to scrap that as well. Cock-oin is the phrase for that in Welsh. It means lamb's cock.
Nice.
Yeah.
This one, as we know, the Senate has passed a new law stopping politicians from lying. It was only the Reform member who said, oh, hang on. I don't like that one. This is the thing. We have hope. I believe that we have hope. We have hope in the West. The French last month voted a lot of socialist mayors in. Hungary has been voting today, very important when we watch the news later, against the disgusting Viktor Orban. And apparently almost a third of those who could vote have voted by 8 o'clock this morning.
Wow.
You need a high turnout. And you need to vote tactically in a general election, certainly. So here you can see, recently the Greens beat Reform because that was a tactical vote here. The Lib Dems did the same. Tactical vote. StopReformUK.vote. I'm a big part of that. We used to be called StopTheTories.vote. And between us and another tactical voting website for the 2024 election, 6 million people typed their postcode in. They gifted Starmer with a huge but shallow majority, and he's fucked it.
StopReformUK.vote.
Right, here we go.
Right back
down. Well done, Wales. In spite of the national newspaper saying Reform for the win, Reform are going to win, Reform are going to beat everyone. No, they did not. Thank you very much. Don't we love her? Hannah Spencer. I always stay up all night on election night. I stayed up for that. I cried when she gave that speech. What an incredible young woman. Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought that a female plumber who rescues greyhounds could piss off the far right with all their money as much as she does? I absolutely adore her. Whoever did this,
do you know what? I love that picture so much. I really feel sorry for that guy who's just wandered by at the wrong bit next to some...
Just got his coffee.
Just got his coffee.
How do you say that in Welsh? Now you can fuck off home. Thank you.
Oh, we're different. Some are rwan, some are nawrs. Don't get that fucking going. North-South dialect
then we have
kick
more
off.
lies that there was family voting because they were cheesed off that Hannah had won so beautifully.
Which manages to be both racist and misogynistic as well, which is a real one too.
I know. How can they do that?
That's what they do. If they don't win, they cast suspicion
Yeah, they
over the
do.
democratic process. That's Trump. That's what Trump does.
Yeah.
If he doesn't win, he says that you cheated.
But this is the important stuff. We have hope because Reform are going down in the polls. They were polling around about 33% last year. So they formed their shadow cabinet. And they even have, you know where the members of the cabinet have the red boxes, you know, where they hold it up, the chancellor and everything. They had them made in light blue leather.
That is so camp. Just did it for the accessories. I love that.
Hilarious. They are going down in the polls. That was a poll last week by Lord Ashcroft, who's actually a Tory, showing that down from 33%. Here we've got one that happened 2 or 3 days ago.
Kent!
In Kent.
Come on! Kent!
So Kent Council is Reform's showpiece council. They brag about Kent Council. I think 10 of the Reform councillors have already jumped ship.
And if you know anything about Kent, you'll know it's famously left-wing and liberal.
Love the Greens.
And this was really important. It was a by-election in this council ward because the Reform councillor had been sent to jail for 12 months for coercive control of his wife. Nice.
That is a huge
people
swing.
in Reform. And look at that. That is fabulous. Congratulations to the Greens.
So this
And here we go. I'm going to end on that because that is what is happening now. And what is going to happen in Wales is the eyes are on Wales. So please, please, please make sure you get everyone you know to register to vote. It's not too late. And to vote. They rely on the far right wins when people don't turn out. When you get a 35% or 40% turnout, they lose. That's just a fact. When it's 25% turnout, they win.
Yeah.
And why please take home that message, because you can determine what happens in this beautiful country of ours.
That was incredible. We will talk more about tactical voting, boots on the ground, how to win it here in Wales after the interval. You'll have Carol back, and you'll have the Plaid candidate, and you'll have the Green candidate. You can ask questions. But to close our first half, we've got some beautiful, rousing music. We know how to rouse a rabble at the Guilty Feminist. So please welcome to the stage the incredible Mared.
Diolch yn fawr iawn, thank you so much. I'm so honoured to be here. I'm Mared, I'm a singer-songwriter based here in Cardiff, and I'm very excited to be here tonight to stand up for the future of Wales. Yes, come on, Comedy. I've decided to sing a union song, which was made a union song by the Women's Liberation Collective in Boston in the 1960s. But if you've ever watched the film Pride, you will be very familiar with this song. Pride is a Welsh story and a queer story, and it's a prime example of two communities standing with each other and changing the world. So if you know the song, I think the lyrics to the third verse will show up on the screen. So if you know the tune by then, please sing along. This is Bread and Roses. As we come marching, marching in the beauty of the day, a million darkened kitchens, 1,000 mill-lofts grey, are touched with all the radiance that a sudden sun discloses. For the people hear us singing, bread and roses, bread and roses. As we come marching, for the rising of the women means the rising of the race. No more the drudge and idler, tender toil where one reposes, but the sharing of life's glories, bread and roses, bread and roses, bread and roses, bread and roses. Thank you. Now, I actually have a confession to make. I'm a musician and a feminist, but I cannot play the Welsh national anthem on the piano. So, because we're Welsh and we all love a sing-song, I thought we could all sing the national anthem a cappella without piano to end the first half. If that's okay with you.
Like we're at a rugby match.
Deborah's going to take the lead on
I
that.
certainly can. I'm all about an a cappella Welsh national anthem.
Everyone
If you're able to stand.
We all know the words.
Okay, we'll do it in this key. My head lad, 1 and a 2. My head lad, fy cadair an wyli, glad beirdd a chantorion, enwogion o fri, ein gwrol rafelwyd, glad garfyd dros radydd o chasans ei waed.
Big round of applause for Mared, Kiri Pritchard-McLean, Vorderman, and your good selves. Go and have a quick interval, and we'll be back in the second half. Thank you so much. You've been amazing.
Thank you.
So that was the first half. Join us for part 2, which should be in your feed right now.